Hey everyone, welcome to the new channel. My name is Nick and this is 313 Academy. This is going to be a channel that's focused on bridging the gap between theory and application. Back in 2018, I graduated with my bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, and as much as I applied myself academically and took every opportunity that I could to get experience in different projects, internships, organizations, and extracurricular activities, I didn't feel well prepared when I stepped into my first role outside of school. There were a lot of topics that I thought were very basic that I didn't have any exposure to. And it was a steep learning curve at first. I think the best learning came from trial and error, not only seeing what didn't work in my own designs, but also my peers as well. The best resource above all, though, was working with guys that had been working for longer than I had been alive. They were very willing and able to pour into me. And the longer I was working with them, the more I realized that everything they were teaching me wasn't really well documented, or at least not anywhere that I'd seen. It wasn't readily available on the internet or in books or textbooks that I'd read. And I wanted to compile all that information, not only for my own reference, but also to pass along to others. I enjoy teaching, and this was an opportunity to do that outside of a formal setting. And I realize not everyone wants to be an engineer, and that's not what this is going to be dedicated to. This is really just for creators, innovators, people who want to learn, and yes, some engineers, but maybe some people don't have the desire to go for 4 to 5 years of engineering school, but there are some topics that are either interesting or useful, so pass along what we know. And we're going to start with the very basics, which is going to be math and physics, just to make sure we're all speaking the same vocabulary and we all kind of have the same building blocks. And we're going to progress there to more advanced topics like thermal analysis, heat transfer, thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, different topics like that. And we're not going to get over analytical. It's just going to be sharing the general theory and why we're doing what we're doing. From there, we're going to go into the basic tools of an engineer, which I think are useful beyond engineering. I even use some of this from my house, like how to use CAD and use CAD well, which is something I don't see too often. How to use different inspection equipment like calipers, micrometers, using different manufacturing equipment like a mill, a lathe, a welder. We're going to touch on a lot of that. And where I don't know things, and I'll bring subject matter experts to share their expertise. We'll also bring in business owners just to see what other industries are doing and what's fun and useful and interesting in a lot of cases. And where I hope to spend a lot of time in the coming weeks, months, years as this channel progresses is really an emphasis on design for manufacturability and what that looks like. So designing parts and assemblies that are easy to manufacture, which I think is becoming an increasingly lost art. I hear that from a lot of people, and I mentor a lot of students in different capacities that are coming up in high school and the next generation of innovators. And I think it's something that they're not really being taught. So it's not really their fault, but just giving an opportunity to teach. And also touching on things like procurement, just where to find different things. There's a lot of obscure hardware and different objects that I found that were really useful in certain designs that I passed along, and just share some of that. It might get someone out of a pickle that isn't really easily found. Now, I will be in the coming videos sharing my own resume just to build some credibility. We'll touch on the curriculum, I guess, what you call it, of what's going to come next. And we'll go from there. I think one of the first videos we're going to touch on is CAD. I've had some people in my personal life want to learn, and I figured what a great place to start, just to save myself some time, create a video and document it well. And I guess today we'll end with, I guess, where 313 Academy came from. Like I mentioned earlier, it came from the desire to teach, so that's why I kind of started the channel, but the name 313 Academy came from a passage in Exodus 31. It was God ordaining a man to build his temple while the Israelites were wandering through the desert. And I just thought, how cool would that be to be ordained and have that skill set? And just wanted to create a community of like-minded guys and men and women that would really kind of share that same endeavor to be the best we can and not only become great engineers and designers and analyze things, but also just craftsmen and just build some awesome things. So hope to see this grow into a community and a channel that is useful for everybody. And thanks for watching.